Breaking news from the heart of Milwaukee. Harley-Davidson, the legendary American motorcycle brand, is officially broke. Once the roaring soul of the open road and the face of rebellious freedom, the company is now grappling with a financial collapse that few saw coming. On Bike Ride Rate Reviews, we break down what led to this downfall, how it all unfolded, and what the future holds for the iconic V-twin beast. A legacy under fire. Founded in 1903, Harley-Davidson stood as a symbol of Americana, grit, and independence for over a century. From war machines in World War II to leather-clad cruisers on Route 66, Harley's image was always larger than life. But somewhere along the road, the brand lost its throttle. And today's news is the final nail in the gas tank. The financial collapse. According to official filings, Harley-Davidson's debts have now overtaken its total assets. The company reported record low sales in 2024, followed by increasing operational costs, excess inventory, and failed attempts to pivot to electric models. The EV gamble, spearheaded by the Live Wire line, burned millions but failed to spark consumer interest. Profit margins shrank, cash reserves evaporated, and now they're out of road. Misreading the market. Harley-Davidson's biggest mistake? Clinging to an aging audience? While younger riders turn to cheaper, more agile, and tech-savvy alternatives from brands like Yamaha, KTM, and even Royal Enfield, Harley stayed loyal to its heavyweight cruisers and sky-high prices. The brand failed to reinvent itself for a new generation, and the Gen Z crowd simply wasn't buying it. Dealerships in distress. Across the U.S. and abroad, Harley dealerships are closing their doors, with showrooms packed with unsold inventory and customers reluctant to finance big bikes amid inflation. The dealerships bore the brunt of the collapse. Franchisees report record losses, and many accuse Harley's corporate structure of ignoring on-the-ground realities for too long. International sales weren't enough. Even with efforts to expand into India, China, and South America, international markets couldn't fill the gap. While Harley hoped global riders would embrace the brand, high import taxes, local competition, and cultural disconnects held back sales. The global strategy failed to offset plummeting North American demand. The EV experiment that failed. The Live Wire project, Harley's attempt to go electric, was bold but mistimed. Electric motorcycles are still a niche market, and Harley's steep prices and lack of infrastructure scared off buyers. What was meant to be a pivot to modern relevance turned into a financial black hole. Leadership turmoil and layoffs. Frequent leadership changes and lack of clear direction only worsened the chaos. Over the past 5 years, Harley-Davidson cycled through CEOs and shifted strategies like gears on a winding road. None stuck. Thousands of employees have now been laid off as part of last-ditch cost-cutting efforts, with more layoffs expected as liquidation begins. What's next for Harley-Davidson? So what happens now? Analysts expect parts of Harley to be sold off, including its clothing and accessory lines, which still hold retail value. Tech from the EV division may be acquired by other companies. But the Harley brand as we know it, it's likely gone or will be resurrected under new ownership, stripped of its soul. Can Harley be saved? There's still a slim chance that investors or even the U.S. government may intervene, not to save the company, but to preserve a piece of cultural heritage. A Harley reboot, perhaps focused on lightweight models or urban commuters, could rise from the ashes, but it would take a miracle to win back the respect and loyalty the brand once commanded. Final thoughts. Harley-Davidson's fall isn't just about numbers. It's the end of an era. It's about a brand that rode too hard on nostalgia and not enough on innovation. On Bike Ride Rate Reviews, we'll keep tracking this story as it unfolds. Because even when the engine stalls, the legacy rides on. somewhere in the echoes of the past.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Bike Ride Rate Reviews for more breaking stories and motorcycle insights.